Some people prefer their heavyweights to be short and explosive, and they've been eagerly awaiting the emergence of a new Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, David Tua type heavyweight on the scene. And the wait might be over, because I just witnessed the heavyweight for the first time last night by the name of George Arias, who fought on the Nicholas Walters undercard. And this kid seems to have a lot of raw, natural talent and ability. And what I mean by that is, the first thing which struck me about him was that his energy levels are tremendous. This kid is 6 feet tall. He weighs in the mid 220s, but he looks in shape. He's tremendously powerfully built. And normally with a guy with that type of build, you don't see the energy levels that this kid had. He was literally bouncing around the ring like a welterweight. And I've seen a few of his videos training on YouTube and stuff like that, and some of his other fights. And he's always the same. He has tremendous energy. And that is always a good thing to see, particularly with a heavyweight of that type of build who's a short guy, because you're going to need a lot of energy to get close to your opponents and do damage. So he has tremendous energy. He has also a lot of explosive ability. Okay, for the fast twitch muscle fibers needed to move explosively and fast and fire off combinations, he has that too. He's technically pretty raw at the moment. I saw an interview with him and he said he models his style on Joe Frazier and Mike Tyson. And you can see that he's tried to incorporate elements of Frazier's style and Tyson's style into his style. He tries to move his head like Frazier, and then he tries to pull off explosive foot movement on the inside like Tyson did, where Tyson would step off to the side and fire off combinations. So you can see the influence there. Again, he's nowhere near the finished article, obviously. He's only had a couple of fights now, I think 4 or 5 fights as a professional, and he had a very, very limited amateur career. So he's very, very raw at the moment, but the natural talent is very impressive as far as I'm concerned. The hand speed, the foot speed for a guy of that type of build is very good. The energy levels are off the chart, which is good to see. He looks enthusiastic. He looks like a kid that really is in love with the game of boxing at the moment. And natural ability, that type of those type of energy levels, that type of explosiveness for a heavyweight of that size and build, those are attributes you cannot teach. You either have them or you don't. And he has them. Obviously now, going forward, him and his team are going to have to try and hone his skills, his technique, his strategy, make sure that he paces himself correctly, because a guy who's bouncing around like that, like a welterweight in the early rounds, how long can he do that in a 12-round fight? He's still a 225-pound man. It'd be incredible if he could do that for 12 rounds. I doubt it. You know, you don't want him to be burning himself out after 5 rounds and then getting taken out past the midway stage. So we'll see how it goes. But, you know, it's like a young Mike Tyson, actually. When Tyson was a young fighter, he was also this big, burly, super muscular, you know, physical specimen. But he had this tremendous energy when he was young. He was just bouncing around the ring when he was 18 years old. Now, I've seen comments that a lot of Tyson fans have left on George Arias' videos. And I'm telling you right now, Tyson fans, and I love Mike Tyson as a fighter. Okay, there's no one that enjoys watching Tyson fights more than me. But I'm not a fanboy. Mike Tyson, to this day, still has millions of hardcore, demented fanboys. Whenever a heavyweight comes on the scene and someone even puts Mike Tyson in the same sentence as that heavyweight, even if they say, well, he jabs like Tyson, they will jump on that person and say, fuck you, he don't jab like Tyson, fuck you, how dare you compare, he'll never be anything compared to Tyson. It's like, no, fuck you. Stop being such a damn fanboy. No one's saying this guy's as good as Tyson. They're just bringing up the fact that he does certain little things like Tyson. Like, calm the fuck down, you Tyson fanboys. You guys just do my head in, I'm telling you. A lot of you people are not right in the head at all. Calm the fuck down. When Mike Tyson emerged on the scene, I remember people were comparing him to Joe Frazier straight away. That's natural. Obviously, Tyson and Frazier are different kind of fighters, but when you get these short, explosive heavyweights, they're going to be compared to each other, compared to each other. That's okay. Don't get offended by that. No one's saying he's going to be better than Tyson, right? But it's natural that a short, explosive guy like Arias is going to get compared to Tyson because there are similarities there. Just as the way Joe Frazier was even compared to Marciano. Tyson was compared to Frazier. Tua was compared to Tyson. Okay, don't get offended by the comparisons. No one's saying he's going to be as good as those guys or whatever. But as I say, in terms of raw natural ability, George Arias is definitely one to watch. If they've got a diamond in the rough there, if they can mold him correctly, then he might be able to do something substantial in the heavyweight division. So we'll see. I'll leave a link to his last fight, which was on the Nicholas Walters undercard last night. I'll leave a link to it in the description below and also in the comment section below. Maybe I'll put an annotation link as well, but you'll find one of the links anyway. Go look at him for yourselves. Go YouTube him and see what you think. There is another George Arias or a couple of other George Ariases in boxing. Don't get confused with those ones. This George Arias I'm talking about is a very thick set, muscular, black kid from the Bronx. He's, like I say, Dominican American. So go have a look at him, see what you think, and drop a comment below. All right. And if you're one of those people who likes these short, explosive heavyweights like Tyson, David Tua, Joe Frazier, I'd especially like to hear from you what your thoughts are on George Arias. Drop your comments below. It's Hatman, I'm out.